Hey, happy Tuesday. I'm realizing now that I haven't filmed anything at the shop today or at home this morning, but as kind of a first work day after several weekend days normally goes, it's a catch-up day. And I did 5 vlogs this morning, 2 E39 source videos, one of which the transmission mounts will publish tomorrow on Wednesday. The other one I need a couple more clips for. That's the differential bushings. The differential bushings are done, they're in, but the job isn't quite done. We've got to put the drive shaft and the exhaust and some heat shielding and oddities back in. But I need to get a couple more torque specs and film an end clip and stuff like that. I also have several other scheduled reviews, product reviews, that will be going up to E39 source later this week or early next. But I worked on Tommy's car today. It's a 2000 M5 180K, carbon black on M3 SW, I believe it is. What did we do? Trans mounts, pretty easy. His were kind of flattened and deformed, although not broken. And then tie rods. So the front right one, I did that one first. That was pretty easy, as far as easy as a tie rod change can be. And I thought, why is he doing these? This tie rod's fine. And then I got over to the left side and I figured out why he's doing it. The boot was torn open, it was greasy. I don't know why the boots tear so easily. I don't know if rocks get in there and rub or what, but it's very common that, you know, it's not even that old or dry, but the boots just tear at like 20,000 miles on the part and they fail. It's annoying. But business for me. So I put that in, got both of those done. He just picked up the car, so we got one car out of there, which is great news, good progress for today. E60 coils are going to be in on Friday, so we should be able to get that out of there on Friday or Saturday. And then the other customer car for the clutch job, I'm waiting on her final approval of exactly which parts we're ordering. We'll get those ordered whenever she approves it, tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, whenever. And then I'll have Alex come in and finish it up when we're ready. That was today though. I mean, just catching up from home and then all that at the shop. I shipped out a cluster and set of booklets to a customer that's in Toronto, but I wanted them shipped to Tennessee for some reason, so those are out. Tomorrow I sold a carbon black spoiler. Trunk lids and body panels have no value, so I'm just going to sell the spoiler and then scrap the lid, I think. Or if I have room to keep it, I'll just keep the lid for now since it's rust free and there's no dents. But anything that isn't perfect, I'm just going to scrap. Nobody wants trunk lids. Well, whether the people that do want trunk lids are all in Canada or on the East Coast, and it's just not possible. It's not feasible. It's cost prohibitive to ship items of that bulk and weight. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to watch a Laker game. The Lakers are in Phoenix tonight, and Phoenix has had a really hot start to this season, so we'll see what that looks like. But I can't wait to sit down on the couch and eat. Oh, and shoe update. Great success on the new shop shoes. Those things are springy. I feel like a tennis player. I feel 5 years younger. It's great. I had a spring in my step. My feet don't hurt. Wonderful. The Lakers got the grinded out win. It was not an easy one, but the fourth quarter there worked out. Rondo's back, and that's all I'm going to talk about basketball because literally nobody cares. It is Tuesday night. A busy one today, another one tomorrow. I still have to install control arms on the titanium car. The front ones, I forget which one's there. There's tension struts and there's traction struts. These are the harder ones, the curved front control arms that are going to require a lot of moving around of the steering. I may or may not have to disconnect / loosen the idler arm / pitman arm to get those bolts out and to disconnect the arms from the front subframe. I hope that I don't have to. I think I can just work around it by moving the steering back and forth. But where it connects to the carrier, so if my hand is the carrier, right in the middle of my hand is where that control arm attaches, and it's kind of in a bay, and I'm not going to be able to put my Harbor Freight ball joint separator tool on that. I can use that on the tie rods, I can use it on the straight control arms, but I can't use it on the curved control arms. It just doesn't fit in there. So that's kind of worrisome. I think tomorrow I'm going to try to spin the nuts off and take the washers off and then just start soaking it in PB Blaster day after day. Maybe put some heat on it, take a hammer to them and hope they pop out that way, because I really don't want to have to replace those whole front carriers. Generally, when I took these cars apart, the first 2 or 3 that I did, those were the last things that I did, and I literally just took the hammer to it and beat the living shit out of it. And that final blow where it breaks free, the control arm pops out of the car, hits the floor, and goes like 40 feet across the shop floor. That's not really good practice. I need a better way to do this. In other news, I've ordered some surprise items. I was not completely planning on putting in that car that became available to me at a competitive price from someone who I like working with. So those should be here late this week, early next. I think it's going to add some value to the car and definitely some curb appeal. With that, it's an early one tonight. It's like 9:40. I still have a couple things I can work on tonight inside. I'm going to do that. Maybe play some GTA and then crash. I'll talk to you guys on Wednesday, hump day. Good night.